And now, here's Pam.
Hi, welcome to another episode of Coffee Break with me. And this is Pam Didner. I'm a B2B marketing consultant and I help sales and marketing align so they can achieve and maximize their revenue. In general, I do coffee break to answer three questions. And here are the three questions. Number one, what are must have skills any marketer should master? Number two, how to structure an omni-channel marketing plan. Number three, with limited budget, what is the most effective way to repurpose existing content? So that's what I'm going to address today. Number one, I think many marketers are asking that question, especially the young, aspiring marketers that you are enter the workforce and you are like, okay, what kind of skill set do I need? To me, there are two categories. Number one is hard skills, and the other one is soft skills. The hard skills tend to be like, a specific marketing disciplines, such as search engine marketing, SEM, pay media, social media. If you want to be a writer, copywriting, or even write a technical pieces, they call it technical writer. And you can be a designer as well, graphic designer, video editor. There are many, many marketing disciplines that you can master, and then you can determine which one of the path that you want to take. So think about in terms of what kind of hard skill you would like to master. Okay, so that's one piece of it. Another piece is a soft skill. Soft skill tend to be how you interact with others and also how can you articulate a specific idea in a written and also verbal format. And a lot of time it's not how you want to communicate what you want to say, it's how you can communicate what you want to say in a way that other people can understand. So I work with many marketers, and some of them are just smart, intelligent, savvy, and fantastic, but they have a hard time communicating their ideas. They want to say what they want to say. So when I coach any marketers, I tell them it's not about what you want to say, but you need to think about in terms of what you want to say, can people understand that? So you need to think from your audience perspective. Does that make sense? A lot of time we talk about the most fundamental prerequisite for us to do marketing is we need to understand our audience. That same analogy apply for your skill set, for your career development. Is how you're going to develop your soft skill is to understand what your audience want to know and how you can communicate your expertise of what you know in a way they understand. Is that helpful? So to me, you have to work on both the hard skills and the soft skills. The most important skill set from my perspective as a marketer, when you continue to grow, the most important skill set you need is ability to think strategically. When I talk about strategically, it's not like, oh my God, you need to be a think tank. Oh my God, you need to be a VP of sales to think strategically. You need to be able to think strategically, even you are an individual contributor. Just do your own job. You need to be able to connect the different dots of what you do with the others. Does that make sense? If you are a content marketer or you do content for your company, you need to think about it, how other people will use that content, right? So you can determine how you want to write it. Understanding what channel will be used is going to determine how you want to create your content. I know a lot of content marketers, including myself, sometimes I just write, but I'm not thinking about what channel that needs to use. So the ability to connect the dot, it's a way to think strategically. Does that make sense? So you are not silo. So when you are developing your skill set, soft skills and the hard skills, another thing is try to develop that ability to connect the different dots. That's one way of thinking strategically. Another way to think strategically is be able to write a marketing plan. That's another way to test yourself, that if you can put yourself in a spot to actually put the plan together, that's also a way to prove that you can think strategically. So if you have any question in terms of how to do that, let me know. We can talk a little bit more. All right. Second question, how to structure a multi-channel marketing plan? That's actually a very good question. a lot of us are struggling to actually put a plan together, right? Putting plans sometimes is pretty hard. And all of us, or many marketers I have talked to, are very, very good execution. Tell us what to do. We can do this. But when you try to put a plan together, I always tell my clients, putting a plan together, it's about answering questions. What are some of the questions you want to address as a part of your plan? Does that make sense? So, in terms of omni-channel plan, you have to think about, okay, what are the questions I want to address and that other people understand I'm doing this, or other people understand what kind of help I need from them. So there are several questions you need to answer as a part of your plan. Number one is, what objective do you want to accomplish? Right? So for this omni-channel marketing plan you put together, are you like driving demand? Are you like getting leads? Are you like, it's a thought leadership play, right? What is the objective you want to accomplish? Second thing is, who is your target audience? That's very, very critical, right? Are you targeted for like C-suite, or you are targeted for general just marketing doers? Because the way that you're going to talk to them will be a little bit different. And the call to action will be different as well, right? So now you know objectives and also the target audience. And then third is, what channel are you going to dial up, right? So this is omni-channel, right? So what are the multiple channel that you are going to dial up to actually do that marketing outreach? Now you know the channel. The next thing is, what are you going to say in those channels, right? So that's your messaging and also call to action. Another thing tend to be very critical as a part of marketing plan is creative. So what kind of creative are you going to use that will draw people's attention, right? The next thing is, what is your success metrics? How are you going to measure your success? See, it's not that hard to put a marketing plan together. It's really about identifying a list of questions that you want to answer, or other people want you to address them. Then you put that. Now the next challenge is, you have to put them in a visually compelling format. So you cannot just like, okay, bullet points, bullet points, bullet points, bullet points, right? Slides after slide and after slide. Now you have to think about it. For these 5 or 6 questions you want to answer, how can you flow that information and put it in a way that's visually compelling and for you to communicate, right? If you have some thoughts in terms of how to do that and you want to bounce the idea with, reach out to me. I also have a template that I can share with you if you are interested. Okay, so comment below and let me know you want the templates. I will send that to you. Okay, or you can always send me a quick email, hello@pamdidner.com, or I'm doing this live through Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. Comment below. More than happy to share information with you. All right. So that's question number 2. Now let's talk about question number 3. With limited budget, what is the most effective way to repurpose existing content? I know budget is always the biggest concern for all of us, right? We have finite resources. We cannot do everything. Therefore, prioritization is super critical. Given that your budget is limited and that let's assume you created a blog post, it's awesome blog post. You tell people what to do step by step, right? In terms of if they want to create content. Yay! Then you need to think about it. You obviously going to promote it. So you're using social media to promote that. But you can also get quotes from your blog post, and you can create a nice visual that you can use for, say, Instagram or Facebook, or even for Twitter. Or you can record your own voice, create something like an audiogram, maybe just 30 seconds, and talking about some of the key takeaway of your blog post, and then you can drive the traffic to that blog post. Does that make sense? So if you have very limited budget, what you need to think about it is, okay, how can you create something is snackable and digestible that people can actually see? And it can be an audio format or can be a video like me, I'm talking to you, right? Or you just do a quote. These are the couple things that you can do it very quickly and with no budget at all, right? So that's one way I want to share with you. The most important thing, the general rule of thumb, is what channels are you going to repurpose your content? Understand that channel will help you determine how you want to repurposing your content. So when I started writing blog posts and I promote it on social media channel, I do it as one size fits all. I'll create one copy and one image and I post that to all channels. Honestly, in the current stage where everybody produces content, that kind of strategy doesn't work anymore. So when you are thinking about repurposing your content, you need to think, okay, if I do it on Twitter, what kind of images and what kind of copy should I do? If I do it on the LinkedIn, I probably can write a whole lot more because people on LinkedIn tend to be readers. They read. So your copy can be a little bit, sorry, can be a little bit longer. Does that make sense? So with the limited budgets, what is effective way to repurpose content? I would put that job back to you. Number one, think about what channel you're going to use. Number two, think about can you create something that's very short, very catchy, can be video, can be a format, and for different channel and post it and drive traffic back to that long form, right? Number three, it's actually okay that if you know there's one post is performing very, very well, that you repurpose or repost it, say, a couple weeks down the road, right? So you're going to use that content and get additional mileage out of that. I hope those tips help. If not, if you actually have additional tips about these questions, comment below to share with everybody. I'm sure they will appreciate that. At least I will. If you have any questions, like I said, comment below. And I will do another coffee break next Tuesday. I hope to see you there. All right. Take care. Bye.